So what are the practical guidelines, the do's and don'ts? So do use AI to enhance and verify your own thinking, not to replace it. Disclose all AI used in your research, in your writing, your assignments, and critically evaluate all AI-generated outputs before you accept them. Don't just take it for granted. Do the draft first, and then use AI for refinement or challenge. Use AI to access broader literature and spot research gaps. Okay, use it to do that. Don't allow it to just direct you. Okay, now engage with and follow your institution's AI policy. Every university at this point in time has got some AI policy. Of course, in many universities, they are not adequate, but they have some AI policies. And of course, I have theories about this. My view is that the university needs an AI, there needs to be AI governance structure. There's policies that have to be at an institutional level. Some have to be at the faculty level, and some have to be at departmental level, because disciplines are not the same. Now, what are the don'ts? Don't submit AI-generated work as entirely your own original writing. Read it first, critique it first, tweak it, make sure that it's your voice. Don't rely on AI detection tools as definitive proof of dishonesty. So, and this is for faculties, for universities. Don't just rely on AI detection and say this is definitive, then the student is guilty. And if you're a student, you get accused of AI, whatever, you know you didn't use it, know that they use an AI detection tool, you can take them up, you can challenge the university, okay? So don't just trust AI-generated references without verifying every citation. Don't just paste confidential data or unpublished work on online AI tools, because you may be compromising yourself or the people that you're working with. Don't allow AI phrasing to replace your distinctive scholarly voice. That voice is important. It is your identity, and it's your scholarly identity. That's what makes you stand out as an academic. You lose it. You lose yourself. You have no identity, and that's not good for your own career and your own advancement. Ignore the structural ethical questions AI raises for your community. Don't ignore them. All right, now, how do you protect your scholarly voice and still use and useful digital tools? So protecting your scholarly voice, first, I've been saying this many times, I'm repetitive, draft first and then consult your AI tool. All right, you do the draft first. It's safe, man. It's better than giving your friend. It's safe. You draft first. So it's got no choice. Even if you give it points in bullet points and you say, here are my ideas, you just write them, you just put them there and you say, okay, help me structure this properly. Okay. Read your work aloud. Does it sound like you? When you read it, is it you? If it doesn't sound like you, then it's not you. So you've got to dump it and make it sound like you. Keep a clear line. Use AI to tidy or restructure. Never let it take over the generation of ideas or the exploratory phase of your thinking. And continue practicing your manual skills. You know, you're a scholar, man. So there should be a time, a week, where you say, now I'm going to pick up a paper. And you may have an AI agent that checks for you the latest publications in your area of study. Like, I have an AI agent that collects for me every month. It gives me a list of papers that are produced in the area of multilingualism and mathematics teaching and learning. I get them. My agent brings them, gives them to me. I read them. I don't do but it's like I have a research assistant who occasionally or monthly checks that, and then I exercise, I practice my manual skills. It has brought me the articles, I read the article. So you want to do that, and that keeps you sharp as a scholar. And useful, on the right, I'm giving you sort of beyond AI, there are many other useful digital tools that you can use. And I'm sure today you'll hear about the other tools that we have in Chisquares.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to turn on notifications. Got questions or suggestions? Drop them in the comments below, and remember to share this video with your friends and colleagues who might find it useful. Chisquares, democratizing knowledge.